Howdy folks, Jesse with Hummingbird Guitars here. So I was just going to give you a little tip. I'm real good at saving my scraps and finding use for them. Believe me, I've got probably 6 totes full of just little pieces and stuff that I think I'll use. But anyways, today we're going to talk about your cutoffs of your fretboards. A lot of times your fretboards will be wider than your neck stock, so I always end up with these little pieces of fretboard material left, and every once in a while I like to marry them together like this, so you have kind of a two-tone look. Now each side, or one side of each of these, I guess, have been put through the joiner, so they're, you know, sitting square with each other. But so I'll just kind of show you how I do it. I know I'm not that great at explaining stuff, but what you want to do is you know, line your fret slots up like that, and what I did was I just put a square line. I just used just a square, and just put a square line on my table here. I don't think you'll need that, but it just kind of gives you a arbitrary mark to go by, so you can at least line up the first slot with each other there. And then what I like to do, I got the face down. Sometimes they're not quite the same thickness, so before you glue the fretboard onto your neck, you'll want to make those of the same thickness. You know, take them through the planer or whatever you got to do. So if you got your slots lined up, pinch it tight. And I've already done this, I guess, on these two pieces, but just make a couple tick marks across both pieces with your pencil. You can see that there. Can't really see it on the ebony, but then you'll have marks all the way down, so you have reference points. Make sure you're in line. Okay, so now we got those two pieces. Make sure your table is nice and flat and clean. Get you some painter's tape. Okay, and however long you know, let it be a little bit longer than your fretboards. Tear that off, just stick it there for a minute. Then you'll want a couple, oh, I don't know, 4-inch pieces or so, like this. And what you're going to do is you're going to put them sticky side to sticky side, just like this. Sticky side to sticky side. Okay. Be a little bit past your line. You don't have to be really perpendicular with your line, but kind of stretch that tape so it's nice and flat. Stick that down there. I'll flip the camera around This is what we have. We got our two pieces of fretboard here with the lines matched up. Okay. And then what you'll do, take that first fret mark. See this one here, they're a little bit different. They're from different suppliers, but that first section there will be cut off anyway. Just want to make sure that all your slots are running across. Okay, so let me flip your back. Go ahead and you're pinching it tight. Stick it down to the tape. Make sure you're pinching them tight together and pushing them down flat on the tape. The reason I'm putting them face down is because if you run it through the planer or however you're gonna, flatten it, to me it's best to flatten the bottom side so you don't mess up the slots or anything like that. Okay, that's good and stuck. Got your handy dandy Type Bond or whatever type of wood glue you use. And pull your tape off. And what you can do now is kind of spread it apart, open it up there. That way you can get your glue in there. And it's not going to take much, just enough to keep it together. And when it's all said and done, it's going to be glued onto the neck. So just open it up a little bit. Run a small bead through there. Okay. Got your glue in there. Oh man, my camera angle. Anyways, you got your glue in there. Set it back down, set it flat, and as you flatten it, it should clamp those pieces together. And you'll have some squeeze out. I suppose it's probably best to use a damp rag, but what I like to do is just take it off, put it on my bench legs or my pants. Okay, I'm not too worried about getting it completely clean because I'll run this underside through the planer. Now, what you'll do, just to snug things up, is grab some tape. Put it on the front side there like this. Just wrap it tight. the way it stays in place. And I suppose three pieces should do it. Now, just let that sit. I got other projects going on. Always multiple projects going on in this shop. And while we're at it, this is actually going to be for a 2-string guitar, so I'm not going quite really wide. I think I'm just going to go for, 7/8, 3/4 of an inch wide neck. And I've got these strips of maple. I got 3 strips of maple here that are about 5/16 of an inch thick. I'm gonna laminate these guys and make a neck out of these. Just try to save up on material as much as you can. Of course, I could use a solid piece of maple, but so how I do this is basically I got 2 cauls here, and I'll sandwich those together while keeping them flat. And you could probably use the same method too, if you want to put I'll put tape down no matter what, but if you wanted to put it upside down and stick them, you sure could. Or you could just do something like this and just make sure that they're semi flush with each other, so that way when you take it down the planer, you're not going to take off more material than you intend. But that'll keep everything straight and flat and all that good stuff. But this video is 13 minutes now, so it's quite a bit longer than what I intended, but that's all right. So while we're at it, I guess I'll show you guys shop and what I've been working on. So I got this bass here, my first full build bass. I don't want to show it too much just because. Okay, and then I got some parts laid out, some neck and body parts, build my own box. And then I got a swap coming up, so I'm just waiting for my assignment. I got the scarf joint on the neck made already. It's gonna be a 3-string guitar, I think, but if not, I can always change it. And then here is, I just processed the fretboard, and I got that gluing up on the neck for that bass. And I got a bunch of miscellaneous old parts sent to me yesterday or the day before, and I had them all laid out on the bowl. Not that good of an idea, but just kind of sorted stuff out and mapped out some potential future builds. So I think I've got 3 cigar box guitars that I'm gonna do. I have some rough cut wood there. It'll be kind of a telly style. I think I'll be doing a 4-stringer. I'll probably rough cut 6-string body V, and that fretboard we were just working on, I'm gonna make a little 2-stringer. So yeah, always a fun time in the Hummingbird Guitars Workshop. If you've made it through this whole video, kudos to you. And I hope everybody has a great rest of the week. And if you're building guitars, happy building. Thanks for watching.